Yes, top of the morning. Happy hump day. You know the vibes, man. The news by Shanewz, man. Source Motion Talk, Shanewz LLC. Without further ado, we are going to jump right on the topic. We are not going to wait for the fake matrix to put this out, right? We're not gonna wait for the fake matrix because one thing I've been noticing about the YouTube algorithm is it's controlled, it's fake. Yes, I said it, it's fake. Last couple of days, what I've been doing is exposing the matrix. I've been promoting my products, my merchandise. All right, you don't want to put that in the algorithm, as I knew you would not. But it's all to the good because the products are in hand, right? But let's get to a hot topic. Um, Camron and Dame Dash. Yesterday, I covered a lot of the Dame Dash um, Breakfast Club interview, right? Great interview. Great to see Dame back out on the front lines. But now there's a little bit of discrepancy going back and forth as to news that broke on this. Let me make sure I'm sounding good. Yeah, I sound crystal clear because I know a lot of times I know I gotta just whatever I hear on my end, that's what I gotta go with, right? Because I'm not an engineer. But yeah, so the Breakfast Club interview, Dame Dash had made some statements in regards to Revolt TV being the chairman, being Cam's boss. He also has other interviews and stuff that I'm gonna play, alleging certain things about Camron and Cam. And then Cam came back on, and I guess he went on his Instagram live or something, and he made his statement. But who was telling the truth? Is this a play? Because now, as you see, Dame Dash is definitely in the algorithm. He always has been, but he's back. He was on the Breakfast Club. They released it yesterday, which is a big syndicated radio national talk show. He said that he's the chairman of Revolt, but Cameron has come back and debunked that. But who is telling the truth? Cameron says that he was trying to get a deal with Revolt to get his content on there, but they are booked until 2026, and he offered to give, because I believe he said he has 2 slots left or a couple slots left, and he offered to give Dame his slots if he can executive produce the content like Dame did for him. What in the hell in Harlem is going on with these guys? But who's telling the truth? Who do you guys believe is telling the truth? Chat, what up, man? We got a couple of y'all up in here, 4 up in here, man. Smash the like button and say good morning. Good morning, Free, man. Say good morning, man. Let me put that in the chat, man. Say good morning. Good morning is free. Hello. Good morning, right? Right? We're going to play some of this audio. We are going to play some of this audio. I'm at the desk, man. I'm not going to be at the desk that long. It's 6:20. In all likelihood, I'll be out of the desk in about, anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes tops. I'll be out the door, right? But say good morning, man. Good mornings are free, and smash that like button. But let's get to this content. Let's get to this content, man. First, we're going to start off with Damon Dash. Y'all remember Death of a Dynasty? That's what this kind of reminds you of. Y'all remember that movie? I used to watch that movie with my brother. We used to laugh, right? Damon. That was they that was one of their best movies to me that Dame Dash did, because he kind of showed the falling out between him and Jay-Z. Watch it. It has all the comedians in it. Capone, Kevin Hart, all the comedians. But they kind of talked about how him and Jay-Z kind of fell apart. Damon, right? That was how Kevin Hart used to always say it, and that shit is hilarious. Funny movie, man. But this gives me that Death of the Dynasty feel, man. Thank you for watching, man. I see a lot of y'all in here watching, man, but you're not commenting. I don't know why. What I think is this, right? The guys that's in here watching now, because I've been doing a lot of streaming. Shout out to my nephews, I Show Speed and Kai Sinat. I've been trying to do. Well, yesterday I did about 5 hours, but I've been trying to get to the 6 and 7, 8 hour mark of constantly streaming and putting out the stream, right? It's very hard. So I have a newfound respect for those guys that do the all day streaming, the 12-hour streams, the 8-hour streams. I get it now, right? But what I've been noticing is, because I do boxing content. I have a catalog that is through the roof, that really has got me notoriety, especially in the boxing game and boxing community, right? And what I've been noticing now is when I do my live streams, I have a new flow of people that come in and they comment in the chat. A lot of the boxing guys, and they know who they are. I don't need to call y'all out no more. You can't hide anymore, right? They have always been in a secret competition. Some of them are still trying to compete, but your channel's not monetized. You really don't do nothing in boxing, but you're still trying to compete, right? But now the way I be streaming and the things that I stream about, you can't even compete no more, because you couldn't actually compete with me as somebody in boxing. Because like I was always saying in the boxing content realm for you guys, you don't do nothing in boxing as other than be a content creator. And Turkey Al Sheik and a lot of other industry players have exposed the fact that majority of the boxing content creators are scammers. You know what I mean by scammers? They don't have the influence that they thought they did. Well, that's neither here nor there. But let me play this Dame Dash, and then I'm gonna play some Camron. We're not gonna be biased over here, right? We're gonna let both of these guys say their pieces, right? But who is telling the truth, right? Who is telling the truth? This is, well, some of the stuff that Dame is a legend actually happened, but how truthful is it? With Camron getting punched in his face by True Life, that happened, right? But Cam is saying that he's lying through his teeth, right? He's lying through his teeth. Let me know if you guys can hear this, please. This is important.
And this is the thing about the character, my character. This is one thing Cam knows. If a nigga punches me in my face, I'm swinging back immediately. I'd rather get my ass whipped. I'd rather get beat. I mean, I got jumped by 30 niggas. I fought all of them. I caught some stitches, but fuck all that. I would not be able to live with myself if somebody punched me in my face. And when I asked my cousin why he let True Life punch him in his face, he said, I wasn't getting paid this day, and he didn't swing back. So I wasn't fighting for someone that's not fighting for themselves. And he's warned that we are different kinds of people. You'd rather get punched in your face and not swing back in the moment. It's not even a thought. And then I'm like, he hanging out with Steve Stout. And I remember when I smacked the shit out of Steve Stout, he did not swing back. So he should be in that crew. They're the not pause swing back crew when they get punched and smacked. I'm not in that crew.
Damn.
This is because you f***ed with my kids. This is why I'm saying the truth. I'm not holding you down no more. Pause. Up their phone.
And to me, I'm gonna put the content out, but this is very messy. To see these two guys at it like this is just downright despicable, right? Now, Camron has responded. I'm gonna give a little bit of Cam's response, the audio. Camron has responded as he, should and would. That's obvious. But who do we believe, right? Who do we believe, right? Now, that whole interview, I may do some more on it probably later. I don't have the time right now. That interview was courtesy of, you see, Choke No Jokes page. But you could also find that whole entire interview on the Art of Dialogue. But I definitely want to play Camron's response, right? And his response, he has a rather good response, right? Here is the audio.
Nah, bro. I ain't know you be lying like this, bro. I ain't know you be lying like this, yo. It's sad they told me, but when you're a man, you don't pay attention to a lot of shit. I didn't know, bro, that you were a flagrant lying like this, man. Now, photography come on tomorrow, 5 p.m. on Revolt YouTube. But that was shit that he talked about last week. So part 2 will be out this Friday on Revolt YouTube about what he talked about this week. But I'll say this one thing, this is what I will say. The call Revolt last week and say he wants to put his content on Revolt channel. Revolt programming is booked up until 2026. They don't have any room for programming. So maybe in 2026 or whatever. So I have 2 more shows I could do this year. And so when I found that out, I called my man Fendi, because I know when Fendi and Dane speak. I said, yo, tell Dean, I'll put the shows on my slot on Revolt, because I have 2 more shows I can put on Revolt, if I can executive produce the shows. I said, he did it for me. When I needed help, he put his out, he put my albums out on Rockefeller, and I let him executive produce them. I'm trying to do the same thing for you. I got 2 slots left. You doing 2 shows on Revolt this year. And you wasn't getting paid because you said you do it for free. Got a couple $dollars for you. I'm just the executive producer of the show. He tell Fendi. First he tell Fendi, yeah, he's like, I ain't that. Now, matter of fact, I'm the Godfather, he can't executive produce my shows, Dang, their own guy kids don't want you. How you the Godfather, anything? Your word don't count no more. You don't got teeth.
I think that's gonna go south again, right? You heard what he said? Brought the kids up again, but he said your own God kids don't want you. You don't have teeth. We know this already, Cam. We know this already. But I think my truths are coming out now. Remember when I was always saying, like, damn, when they was the legend that Dan was doing bad, and I'm like, yo, why these guys aren't helping him? They're all up, right? I guess a lot of people couldn't wait to see him in this type of a position, because it doesn't look like Cam is trying to budge. And the sad thing is this, right? For me personally, when we seen them go at Jay Prince, right? Now I get it. Jay Prince is not, from your hood. He's not from Harlem. He's from Houston. So I get the, you saying, yo, we don't this, that, and third with Jay Prince, right? But now you have somebody who is from your hood. You guys are Harlem. Harlem sticks together, but it's apparent that Harlem doesn't stick together. Harlem fronts on one another. Shout out to Gully TV. Gully TV pointed that out too. That's another guy I seen point that out. I always been telling people this. I'll be like, yeah, these dudes front on each other a lot, man. It's like, do they really fuck with one another? Or is it like they stun on one another? Like, yo, I'm bigger than you. I got more than you. And that's what I think we're seeing right now. Because for the longest, Dame was the big dog. Dame was the big dog. And I think now Cam feels like he's bigger than Dame. I don't know. That's my assessment, right? This is Motion Talk, Shanewz LLC. This is my assessment. And you see what he said. I'll do for you what you did for me, right? You executive produce my albums on Rockefeller. I'll executive produce your shows. Remember, because Dame said he was the chairman. And he was Cam's boss now, but Cam is saying that is not the truth.
Your word don't count no more. You don't got teeth. You have dentures. Your word don't mean nothing. You fell off the Mount Rushmore Harlem a long time ago. But we'll address it all tomorrow and Friday. But don't say I ain't trying to help out. You didn't want me to executive produce your TV shows. You could have walked right in for you. See you more on Talk with Fleet.
I think got fixed. Everything has to be taken. I mean, I think everybody, these are dentures.
Hey, yo, check this out. One time for your mind.
Man. Who do you guys believe, man? Who do y'all believe, man? Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Is this a play? Well, the play kind of is over now because, Dame is back in the argument. Never really left the argument, if you ask me. But now he's putting out that he's with Revolt. Cam is saying that he's not. Cam is saying that he could have walked him in the door and basically did for him what he did for him. Right? Executive producer, but Dame did not want that. And he is claiming that Dame has fell off the Mount Rushmore of Harlem. And Dame is not letting up because he brought the kids in. Cam brought the kids in and said, your own godchildren don't want you to be their godfather. Yeah, look, I know the fights was this past weekend. You had a lot of New York players out there. Some people behind the scenes were trying to facilitate a sit down or a negotiation between these two, but it doesn't look like it's working. It doesn't look like it's working. And if you watch that Breakfast Club interview, I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's to the point now where Dame put out what he put out about Cam, with the bricks in the car and how Cam was crying. I'm not going to play all of that, but that content is out there as well. I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody who watches this and attempts to, like, these guys, this is what these guys do. These guys, a lot of guys that call themselves content creators, right? They really don't have motion. What they do is they sit around all day. I don't have time to sit around all day. I'm going to get to it, right? But these guys sit around all day and watch the trendsetters, the people that put out information, and then they think by them really just sitting around all day doing content, they're doing something. No, you're not. But there is other videos out there where Dame is the legend, that they run through a checkpoint, and he had, rest in peace to Big L, it was Big L, and Camron in the car. And he had 3 bricks in the car, and Camron was scared to death. He was crying. He said he had checking the PC. It's on the Art of Dialogue interview. If you watch that interview, and maybe like I said, I might do that at lunchtime or something. You know what I'm saying? I might play that at lunchtime, or even when I tap out right now. In a second, I'm gonna hit the road. I get to it. But who do you guys believe, man? Who's telling the truth in this? Is this the play to keep, Dame in the algorithm? But what I think is this. I think their relationship is south now. I think egos plays the big part, and more importantly, like I said, Harlem guys, to me, they stunt on one another. And this is them stunting on each other now. But like I said, you do have people behind the scenes that's trying to say, yo, it's not a good look. We need to get this together. But I think it's past that. That's just my assessment. Because you have Dame exposing or airing his truths now, right? And, Cam, today something drops on Revolt TV, and also Friday. So it's just gonna get messier, if you ask me. But that's my assessment. And go ahead, what do I know, right? What do I know? Hopefully you guys dug this content. I'll probably be right back on, Car Chronicles, and the Car Chronicles will go up. One thing I noticed, that's why I switched the flow up, and I want to thank my nephews who put me on today. When I do the Car Chronicles, it goes up. It is what it is. I don't know why YouTube puts that in the algorithm. Instead of, I think I do know why. Like I said, StreamYard is not popular. StreamYard for whatever reason, when you do StreamYard with YouTube, they don't put your streams out, especially mine. But when I stream straight off of YouTube, it does better. I don't know why. I'm really considering no longer doing StreamYard as far as because I pay every month from StreamYard, but it's like when I go at the desk on StreamYard, if you're not putting me in the algorithm, because lately like I said, I'm bouncing a minute or two, go get my coffee, and I'm gonna stream some more, right? I guarantee you that video or that stream off my phone, the Car Chronicles, Source Machinery and all that, will do hundreds of views. This right here at the desk where I actually pulled up content, split screen and all that, it doesn't get picked up. It doesn't get picked up. And you know what does get picked up? By the jealous fans. It gets picked up by the guys who attempt to emulate my style. You want to riff like me, right? It gets picked up by them. And then whatever they do, they try to take it and run with it and do whatever they do. But they're not. Run with this right here. I'm gonna end this live stream real quick, right? But before I end it, this is for all you guys who've been, copying me for years and years. But on the internet, you're copying me on the internet, but you're not really copying. Because if you was copying, you would be like this. You would be like this, right? Real talk. You would be like this if you was really copying, man. Your motion would be up, man. When I say your motion, I'm talking your merchandise, player. Your merchandise.
Introducing our new collection, honoring Brooklyn Dodgers and legend Jackie Robinson.
The Brooklyn Dodgers inspired. Brooklyn Dodgers, man. I know it's the LA Dodgers, but they started out in Brooklyn. 42, Jackie Robinson. All right, the news. But yes, yours truly, Shanewz, sticking with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Jackie Robinson theme.
Discover more about these exclusive jerseys and their unique designs.
Yeah, y'all see it. New merch available. Brooklyn Dodgers inspired Shanewz zip up hoodies. You see it, man. 42, man. Brooklyn Dodgers, man. Brooklyn Dodgers started out in New York. So, new Shanewz. Brooklyn Dodgers inspired hoodies, man. Holla at me. Yeah, y'all see it. New merch available. Brooklyn Dodgers inspired Shanewz zip up hoodies. You see it, man. 42, man. Brooklyn Dodgers, man. Brooklyn Dodgers started out in New York. So, new Shanewz. Brooklyn Dodgers inspired hoodies, man. Holla at me, man. Source merchandise, man. This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? Yeah, I released 3 new pieces, man. And I got the socks coming too.
Experience Brooklyn Dodgers legacy with Shanewz hoodies today.
Yes, and I got the socks coming too. Hit me up, man. Serious inquiries only. See? You do have option. How merchandise. Is the merchandise looking now? Not just the content, but merchandise.
Explore our exclusive merchandise and elevate your style today. Discover our latest football jerseys, adding fresh flair to your game day essentials.
All right, it's only right that, we add to the collection. This is the football sauce as well. Look, swing it around for y'all, man. How is the content, the merchandise looking now. That's the football jerseys as well, man. Adding to the collection.
Football
Shanewz.
jerseys too, y'all.
You know you do have what?
See how we playing?
Options.
See how we playing? That is why I have to.
All right,
sure
it is
now.
Football season 2, right?
In regards to the
it's only right that
content,
you know we add to the collection the football.
I was in the boxing gym last night
as well, man. Source edition.
But as far as
Shanewz
expanding
football
the brand and
jerseys,
the
man.
business,
You know you do have
I'm not catering to
options. And look at the back.
community no more.
We definitely stamped it on the back. But how
that is, look, I pay homage to the New York team.
Yes, how
but you can get your jerseys and baseball, football, customize however you want. Just hit me up. Real talk. I will customize.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI
creator. Get it the way I did it, right? The reason why, like I said, mine's are customized that way because that's how I want to do my presentation, and that is how the line was released. Because I have certain people who rock with me, and I was like, yo, the original ones I'm doing, and they was cool with it. I was like, yo, I'll give you a Brooklyn Dodger baseball jersey, right? And I broke it down to them how I was gonna do. I was like, the zip-up hoodie. I was like, the football jersey will look like a New York Giants jersey, but it's Shanewz, and they was with it. So I was like, bet, calm. But I could do Cleveland Brown style. I could do, like if you live in Cleveland, right? I can give you a Cleveland Brown style jersey. If you live in Cincinnati, I can give you a Cincinnati style jersey. You already see the LA. The LA is the Brooklyn Dodgers one. I can give you that. Same thing with the football, just holler at me, man. Like I always say, serious inquiries though, man. I'm not, we get into it, man. I'm not wasting my time, anymore. The serious people are hitting me up and you see what's going on. We're growing. Shout out to CW, Gumbo. These guys will tell you. Shout out to a lot of my co-workers, Dave and different players. They'll tell you they've been getting the merchandise. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not catering to the crowd that's in the bushes anymore. There's no need to. What I'm going to continue to do is grow, come on, present what I'm doing. Those that be in the bushes, in the shadows watching it, that's what they're going to do. But now we are expanding, as you can see. We are expanding. And I wish YouTube would stop being so fake. Right? You talk about this is the open platform to promote and market, but when real players from the mud, out the muck, are marketing and promoting, not only do you try to hide the algorithm, you try to downplay it, man. Like, come on. But I get it. Like I said yesterday, I exposed some shit yesterday about Instacart and how these dudes be moving like the first 48 laws and they want to play games and, make phone calls. They see like what the Camron damn that shit is. This is how these guys play. But see, they don't understand when they play those games with me, and then I actually catch them. I hold court, man. I'm like, yo, you took food out of my mouth, right? And if you do that where I'm from, you get your head cracked, man. So how are we gonna work this out now, man? How are we gonna work this out? Because I'm trying to do everything by the books. And when you make backdoor phone calls, and look, I'm gonna talk about this on the dark side, right? When guys do that, and what I notice with these content crab bums do this, man. But it's like, to me, that's how I throw it in their face, because I still show them me going to get a bag. A lot of these guys sitting online, they're not getting no bags. That's all they're doing. They're just sitting online. Your channel's not monetized. Your fellowship is a fellowship like you, of guys who don't have money, not making money. So you don't respect money. You don't know what you're doing. But those of you that do have money and you're gatekeeping, in due time is going to catch up to you. In due time is going to catch up to you. But this is the Source experience. I'm out the door, man. I'm going to start the Car Chronicles, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this content this morning, man. You know, we're switching it up for y'all, man. But this is the Sauce Experience, the news by Shanewz.
Shout out Showtime Shanewz, y'all. This is Camron and holla at me.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimukeloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
This is your boy Jamel Superfire Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Superfire, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.